as you say, the next idea comes around the corner very, very quickly. Being right is, only gets you so far. What you need is the skills to adapt, the skills to learn, the skills to innovate and understand, and the skills to communicate. And so what we boiled it all down to was what we call the 3 C's. We talk about the 3 R's a lot in the UK, reading, writing and arithmetic, which obviously aren't all R's. But I tried to make it all 3 C's to keep it simple. And the first skill that's really important is what I call curation. The ability to discover and qualify information, only getting more important in this age of deep fakes and fake news. In the middle of an election here in the UK has been particularly important. But what we need is people who can do what machines can't, which is, discover sources of information, bring together disparate sources of information, qualify them, recognize the real from the fake, start to give them weighting and value. And that comes right down to the biggest gap in information to recognize, which is the gap in your own skills. We need people who are absolutely self-driven learners in the future. And the second skill I talk about is this creativity. I don't know what the education system's like there, but in the UK, we have this terrible habit of teaching people very early on that they're not creative if they can't draw or play an instrument. Basically, you are creative if you can do pretty pictures, and if you can't, you're not. And what we've got to do is teach everybody that they can be creative, and that creativity is a muscle that can be developed, it can be trained and honed. And so we've got to have people who are excited about being creative, excited about learning, but excited about making new things now as well, and innovating, building new stuff, whether it's recombining existing things, going back to this sort of recombination aspect, or wholesale innovation, or just iterative. I mean, that iterative skill of trying something, failing, trying something, failing, trying something, failing until you succeed is hugely important skill to teach. And actually the creative subjects are a really good place to teach it. The art subjects are a really good place to teach it. And the third skill is about communication. None of these things have value if you can't sell your ideas to your colleagues and your customers. And whether you're doing that visually or orally, or whether you're doing it standing on a stage or in the written word, it kind of doesn't matter. But you've got to have those communication skills to sell yourself, because increasingly I see us, following that networks analogy I was talking about for organizations, the ultimate destination for that is potentially all of us wrapped in a corporate shell, and there being no sort of companies anymore, and we're all working as individuals, collaborating to fulfill different tasks and solve different problems. And in that environment, everybody's very exposed and everybody has to communicate.